right. We are streaming live on over 10 channels at the same time because if you're creating content, you shouldn't be limiting your reach to just one platform. One stream pushed to multiple platforms simultaneously can equal more exposure without creating extra content, more reach, more engagement, more opportunity. If you can stream once and distribute everywhere, this is how you maximize every live show. And on tonight's episode of Pitch Practice,
The show.
the show, I like to say my name is Mark, and I'm the guy behind the Mental Marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101. I teach the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
Brandon here, your Chief Business Strategist with Brand On Growth Lab, helping you take that brand to the next level and building out that strategy that helps you conquer the local market with sales funnels and direct response marketing.
Yes, yes. Welcome to our Instagram audience. First time going live. Let me check. To see if we are live on Instagram. I know that the new feature has become available, and let's see if it's actually showing me. I don't know. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. But we'll have to go back and see if it's actually working later. But we're still here. What's up, Brandon?
Another week, man. Can't wait for spring to actually spring or sprung to be sprung. I can tell you the weather this past couple days have been absolutely brutal here in Ohio. We got snow on Monday, melted. Now it's just foggy, cloudy, gray, gross, rainy. But this weekend's supposed to be nice and sunny and 70, so I'll hold my breath for it.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath. I do want to just point out, same thing here. Well, except no, I can't complain out of the weather that we're having here. It's pretty warm. But I just, I think today, if we are streaming live on Instagram, it just marks a really I'm excited about it because I think there's only one platform left for us to actually stream on, and that's TikTok. And once we're streaming on TikTok simultaneously, that is it. TikTok doesn't let you stream live unless I think you have to be a part of their creator program or something, or you have to reach a certain level. But although we may not be on TikTok at this time, I'm just gonna name off where we are streaming live. We are streaming live inside of the ClickFunnels official Facebook group. We are streaming live inside of the Funnel Building 101, ClickFunnels plus AI plus the funnel frameworks. We are streaming live inside of the Collab Profits Facebook group. We are streaming live on my personal Facebook page, and we are streaming live on Brandon's personal Facebook page. We are streaming live on my Facebook business pages, The Mental Marketer and Nerd Bull Ninja. And we are streaming live on my YouTube channel, The Mental Marketer. We're also streaming live on Brandon's YouTube channel, the Brandon Growth Lab. And we're streaming live on LinkedIn. And we are now streaming live on Instagram vertically. Welcome to our Instagram family watching us. This wasn't, if you, I would say that I think when we started, man, I remember us starting, Brandon, and I think we were getting about 2 or 3 views per episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Now it's like it's a couple hundred, but it helps to to be out there on the different platforms to kind of conglomerate them, I guess is the best way to put it, across the internet there. So just going where the people are, that's the best way to do it, to be omnipresent.
Yeah, yeah. I think and I always compare it to the way that the way that you would I say traditionally, but when I mean traditionally, I mean, okay, I'm a little bit old, so I remember trying to get the word out about my business
Mm,
in the newspaper,
mhm.
and it was kind of really the only affordable way that you could kind of get your message out there to people back then. Then along came Craigslist. You ever? I don't know, because I was trying to get my word out there on Craigslist, but I'll never forget wanting to, calling up that local paper and saying, "Hey, I wanted to put my ad in the paper," and it was this whole, okay, here's copy, here's the images, okay, and then it's gonna go on page 18, and it's gonna be about this big, $200. Okay, $200. You know,
Crazy.
I, you know,
It's crazy. I mean, I dealt with newspaper ads when I was in the auto business, and the dealership I was working at. I mean, they ran full page center spreads. I don't know what their bill was for it. Um, let me tell you, I hated the freaking newspaper ad. I could never do it right. Apparently, it was we were running the same cars at the same price, the same specials every week, and they wanted me to make it look different. And it's like, how the hell do you do that when it's the same black, white, or blue car? And it's like, I just wanted to beat my head against the wall with it. But gotta do what the boss gotta do what the boss says, because he said that he was getting complaints that the newspaper ad didn't look good. I'm like, why do you care if the newspaper ad doesn't look good? Are they coming in to buy the cars, or are they just looking at the ad? Like, you're just running money down the toilet. But whatever.
yeah,
I'm
and
not
it's
there
pro-
anymore,
it's
so it's just
probably
not gonna worry about.
and it's probably the people complaining that aren't even in the market to buy a car.
Yeah, yeah. They're saying like the ad doesn't look good anymore. Like the cars aren't interesting. And I'm like,
Yeah.
when I did put the interesting cars in there, I got yelled at for that, because they're like, "Body, we only got one or two of these. Like, you got to put the volume stuff in there." And I was like, "Oh well, this car's been on the lot for 300 days, boss. Do you want it gone, or do you wanted it to sit there and continue to collect what are the palm leaves from the palm trees that keep shedding on it?" So I was like, trying to sell cars.
What's a full page spread cost in the paper? Do you know?
I have no idea, but I'm sure they were paying, thousands to be in there.
And how many eyeballs do you think they actually got on that paper?
Mm, well, it was really the only paper in the town. I mean, actually, there's two, but I think they ended up merging. So there's only one paper by the time I got my hands on it. I don't know what the distribution was, but I'm gonna guess probably 20,000, maybe. And
Maybe.
we even ran like direct response style with it, like bring this ad in to get X dollars off or something when you buy the car, and not one person brought the ad in to get X dollars off the car.
That just and you know what? Just thinking about how advertisement had worked traditionally, how you would pay money up front. There's no guarantee of any views. And you know, they can give you all these distribution numbers, but that's literally the amount of copies that were printed, right? It doesn't actually include the copies that actually ended up in the dumpster. You know what I mean? But there, but there
Yeah,
was literally
in the bottom of a bird cage.
right. Yeah, exactly. And then your hard-earned money that you spent on that advertisement would be used for bird droppings. Literally. Literally. But that's just how I don't, I think maybe for the newer people that never had to experience that type of marketing environment where it was a pay up front with no guarantee of results, but then you still had to pay that money. Social media flips that around completely. It gives you the ability to reach targeted people. I ran an ad and I've got some interesting story for you this week, Brandon. I actually threw some money behind a post this week, and
Oh, how'd that work for you?
it's got me at least 200 clicks, close to 7. I think it's giving me about 100 clicks per $20 for $20. Now, and I ran it to the 1K challenge. I don't know though, because I think it was interesting. It was interesting because it was running and then it just stopped running. But then I know that Facebook was having some problems the past couple of days. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't know they had issues. Doesn't surprise me. They're always messing something up for some reason or another.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if there was an issue going on there. Let me give you some stats here real quick because I actually got a picture of the performance of it so far. I know it's still running right now, and I will definitely get you some results on the total campaign. I think right now I've got yep, 5600 5600 views, 4800 viewers, 114 landing page views with the cost per landing page view at 57 cents. I did what I said I will never do, Brandon, and I didn't go in the ads library. I just boosted the post. But I did not know that you could set up the boost with such specific targeting too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it used to be you just boost it boosted up there, and there isn't much to it. But they've made it a little bit more sophisticated, especially now because the everything's been pretty much blended together. Facebook is a monetized platform now. Like they want your money, and they're going to figure out a way to slice and dice you to get as much money out of the user base as possible, which is why they have now, on your personal page, you're now able to turn your personal page into a creator slash business page, right? Outside of creating a separate business page. So to be able to boost your post on a normal page, like they've just enhanced that and made it a lot more robust than what it used to be, 5 years ago or so. And those numbers seem pretty good. I mean, it's cheap. It's cheap eyeballs, which is great. All things considered. I just looked up the stats for that newspaper. For what it is now, again, it is a combined newspaper now because one bought the other one out. They're looking at a daily readership of 346,000 roughly, and a Sunday of 394, with with an average paid weekly circulation of around 60,000 and average paid Sunday of 102. So, to be paying $10 to $1,000 for full page spread for the CPMs, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. When you think about I'm reaching close to now, oh man, yeah, just I'm over 50,000 views in the past 30 days. Yeah. So yeah, and I think that number is just going up. I think I'm at that point with Eric Thane when he talked about I was going and just consecutively, and then all of a sudden it just skyrocketed. I've seen my bottom. I've seen my bottom go at 1,000 a day. That's the bottom. Whereas before, the bottom was 100, and it's crazy. I have to, you know, each time, each time I reach another level, it just seems like that, it's like, wow, okay, now I reached that level. Now I can get to the other level, even higher. Where when I was at the lower level, the higher level seemed impossible. You know what I mean?
Well, it all compounds behind you, man. It's like working out. You start off lifting 10 pounds, and then 2 weeks later you're up to 20 pounds, and it feels like 10 pounds. So the more you do it, the more reps you get, the better you feel at it, and the easier it seems to get to that next level. And the same can be true when it comes to making money. No matter how you do it, whether it's you're selling lemonade on the street corner, or you're trying your dabble in the online market space, which both of us have been doing for forever. And we've both made tens of thousands of dollars. um, and I've actually, like, sat down and looked back at it. I was like, how much money have I made overall, like, gross? And I'm over the six-figure mark. I just wish I knew where it all went. And then I realized a couple weeks ago I spent all this money. I was like, oh, that's where it went, because I bought another thing. You bought a thing too.
but
And
but when you think about it that way, it's not really. It's an investment. It's a,
yeah, of course,
it's an
of course,
investment.
and it's not going to go to waste, and it gives us a way to continue to track the progress that we continue to make, and grow within ourselves and the business that we are running. And it holds a little bit of accountability and feet to the fire to get things done. I'm gonna be honest, like, I've been a little slack past couple weeks as far as even getting in the group and being active in the group and going through some of the trainings I should be going through. Couple reasons: one, I'm like heads down. I got to get this one funnel built, and two, I got two fish on the hook to close down, so I can get that next level. Because we showed you a couple weeks ago. I got this. This was this was almost easy because I've already made the money before. So to make it again, it wasn't hard because stuff was already kind of set up. But once you do make it, it should be easier going forward until you get to that next level. Like, once I hit that level, when you hit that level, it just kind of starts snowballing, because you
Mhm.
can say, "Hey, yep, already done it. I
Mm.
can replicate it and do it again." And of course, what we're talking about is in one comic club, right? So
Yep.
we've both hit it multiple times. Like, it's not new to us doing it. However, it's new into the system that we've bought into for the additional coaching to get there and give us structure to the business. And I think that was what I was missing the most out of everything, was just the structure behind the business, how to price the business, and then how to present the business. And, like, if there's anything that you should be doing now in 2026, is making the easiest money you can make is online right now. It's never been easier. Got to do it, but you need the training to do it, and the one comic club is that path to do that 100%.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, you know what? I think sometimes there is I go out there and I get the client, and then you start doing client work. But then you have to always be thinking about feeling that client base. The lead generation should not stop. you
Yeah,
know, because I think a lot of people make the mistake is they're like, okay, I've got this one client, and then I'm just gonna focus on doing the work. And then when that work's done, it's like you should always be prospecting, always be prospecting, always be prospecting to bring in leads, and I was, you know what, I think I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm thinking something from Grant Cardone and his closer survival guide. um
Mm-hmm.
and I you know, I actually went, you know, from time to time when these thoughts come to my mind, I just go pick up that book, you know. But I remember I was like, man, it's been a while since I picked that book up. And I was like, I remember, Brandon, you said that you like to pick it up almost every quarter.
No, that was it was the millionaire booklet,
Oh, the millionaire
not the
booklet.
close. Yes, the millionaire booklet. I probably read that at least once a quarter. I'm due. Quarter's almost coming to the end here. I mean, we got what's the fourth? We got 26 days of yeah, 26 days, March 30th to do it. So I'll probably pop it into the old audiobook there and listen to it in the car. It's only like a half hour listen on 1.5 speed, and it just kind of gets you going. It really breaks it down on how easy it is to make that first $1,000. I mean, think about it. It's 10 people at 100. It's one person at 1,000, and it's just as hard to sell somebody something at $100 as it is to sell somebody something at $1,000. You just got to figure out the problem that needs solved, and make sure it's a big problem that needs solved. Um, you know, even as we're having this call, I'm thinking about the prospect I just talked to today. Wants me to do some print work for him through the main gig, and I'm thinking, what else can I sell this guy that he has a problem with? And I just looked him up real quick. He doesn't have a website.
Mm.
Boom, right there. There's my next prospect to see if I can get this guy on a website so he can build his list and get more people into his bowling center. And you know, it's as easy as that. It's like, if you just think about it, you can grow rich when you figure out the problems to solve, right?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. And you, I think you always have to be in that prospecting, always be in that prospecting, you know, frame of mind, because even when you're working on these current deals and you're satisfying these current deals, getting the word out there about what you do, who you help, and how you can help them is just planting more seeds. It's planting more seeds. And when it comes to you know, and I love this phrase that I always love getting from my good friend Partiv. He says, if you need money now, go borrow money from your dad. If you want money for the long term, build a funnel. A
Yeah.
funnel is like farming. A funnel is like planting those seeds, because you may not see the harvest right now, but each time that your message hits that right person's ear, it's compounding until they're ready to come through your funnel. And that's Partiv's phrase. I stole it.
Is very, very smart. I mean, you know, everything we've done wasn't built in a day. We've been doing this for 5 years together. We've been doing this for about three, um, and you know, it's gotten easier and better every year. We're getting bigger and better opportunities are coming our way, and we're meeting cooler and cooler people, and it's definitely setting us up for success over the next 5 years. And we're getting people results. I mean, I'm hooked up to my number one client's CRM system. I see the emails come through from the chat bots, the text messages, the form fills from the website. So I know what I'm doing is working. So that just gives me the confidence to, you know, do it for other people. You know, it's it's good to see that. And right now, like, this sales funnel that I'm building out for this home senior care deal. Like, when this thing launches, it's gonna be big, but it is gonna be dependent on the person that's selling it. Like, I can only take the horse to the water, right? I mean, I can
Mhm.
build it per the vision, and I can do all the tactical stuff behind it. I can make it look like it needs to look, and all that kind of stuff. But the person that is the one speaking and talking about the offer, that's 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 key. It's critical, right? I mean, a lot of times we're the ones to blame when something doesn't work, but sometimes it's the attractive character that is the one that doesn't work. I had to audit a video today from a landing page. I mean, I told them what to do, right? I told them like, hey, nothing's happening on your landing page. Well, you're trying to sell this offer, this level offer, and you're missing this, 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 and this. So at least try this, change it up, add this to it. It's like added it. 2-3 minute video. I was like, okay, and I'm not thinking as like this guy knows and understands video, but he doesn't know and understand how to sell through video. I watched the video and I was like, it looks great, sounds great, but the message sucked. And it's like it didn't sell anything. Like I left more confused on the page than I was when when the video wasn't on there, and I helped build the page. So, it's the little things that need to be done. That is what we help people do to sell what they need to sell. And moving forward, told them like, you tried it your way. Now we're going to do it the right way. And now I got to build a webinar funnel for them.
Yeah. And I think we hit on just last week, we hit on those 5 biggest mistakes that people are making when they're building their funnels. And you just talked about one. It's that message. It's that market message mismatch. I love how, man, it's just so amazing how, you can always track something back to a core marketing principle, core marketing principle, something that we've heard or something that we've learned from Dan Kennedy, something that we've learned from the copywriting experts, or definitely a lot from Russell Brunson. And I think it's because of a lot of that exposure that we've had, then we can, excuse me, we can almost recognize it when we see it on a page. We can recognize it when we see it in a video. Like you mentioned, it's like, if I don't understand this, what do you think somebody landing on this page will think? Yeah, as long as someone is coachable, and like you said, we've done it your way. Now let's do it the right way.
Yeah, and it's not to knock the guy. I mean, it's on a shoestring budget, so I mean, he gets that I can't help him as much as he would want me to at this point in time. I've already done a lot of work, help him out, get him set up. Gave him a lot of freebies, just because we're friends, right? And I want to see friends succeed. And as much as I can put out in the universe, I know I'm going to get back. But there's also, a limit. Time is money, valuable. I more spend on that. Not making any money. I'm not making money with people that can actually pay me. So I'll never not help a friend. Let's put it that way. But there are boundaries. So, with that being said, I'm there for the guy. There to give the advice, point them in the right direction, but they got to pick up the stick and learn it themselves on how to swing it to hit that home run. And he'll get there eventually. It's a great offer. I don't fully understand it, the purpose of it, but then again, I'm not his ideal customer either. So, my job is to help him just with the structure and the strategy. So that is the goal, to make sure that the structure and the strategy is set up properly and the message is going after the right person. And it's a tough offer too. I mean, if you think about it, it's about essentially it's essentially what we're doing right now. We're creating content, trying to figure out, even what we want to talk about every week, right? And that's the problem that he's looking to solve for creators, to not just chase the shiny object in the creator world, which is trying to go viral, but to actually build a lasting, sustaining brand, and create that show to keep people interested and wanting to come back every week? What show do you watch religiously every week?
I you're asking the wrong person.
You don't have a show, at least on some type of streaming platform, that when the new season comes out, you're either going to binge it or you're just like waiting for it to pop again.
I would say Sunday church service.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's what you look forward to every week. So what he's looking to do is help creators build that Sunday church service where people are coming back to consume the content. If I were to compare it to a show that I've watched, and I'm a nerd, but it's an Apple TV deal. Oh, what's it called? I'm that terrible at it. I'm gonna have to look it up here.
Yeah. I don't.
Um, oh, what's the
Yeah.
show?
Oh yeah. My
Oh,
TV is not on very often, and I used to watch a show. I used to watch a show, but I'm probably watching more YouTube than anything.
okay.
Um,
What's a YouTube channel then that you just can't wait for the next episode to drop?
I would have to say it would have to be the Mental Marketer and that pitch
Oh,
practice show.
you go back and watch our episodes. I don't doubt it. What
I
is that
do. Oh, you know,
show?
yeah, I do.
You don't lie.
Come
Um,
on,
for, for
please.
for all mankind, that's the show. For all mankind, Apple TV. It's the alternate universe of the space race between United States, Russia, and China. Like I can't wait for the next season of that to come out. And then there's another one, Silo, which is another dystopian show. I love dystopian sci-fi TV and movies. Looking forward to that in the next. So, like, it's those stories that he's helping people create, and it's definitely a tough sell. It really is, because I see it as like that's a lot of work and production, and these solo creators, like, who has time to do all that and shoot and grade and edit and come up with storyboard and all that kind of stuff. But people do it. I mean, there are vloggers out there that do it. I mean, think Casey Neistat. He's again an expert filmmaker. So
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I think I was making a post about um inside of the funnel building coaching and certification program. There are these trainings, and one of the trainings that has been super popular with a lot of people that are joining, because there's a lot of new people, is the hit by a bus strategy. If I was hit by a bus, and we were talking about the reason why people are liking that strategy so much, because, and I think it's because it really makes sense. And when you're that strategy, it helps you to uh, avoid the high pressure sales tactics, and actually present your offer in a way that just positions you as the next logical step. And but what it
mhm.
also does, because you talked about this, is what I heard someone else comment to say that it after you use that strategy, then the person that you're talking to realizes that they don't know how to do, they want to have what you can do, but they don't know how to do it. So they need you to do it for them. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest hurdle that small business owners need to figure out is like, and that's kind of what keeps them from actually taking action, because they're thinking, okay, how much more work do I have to do now?
Hmm.
Once this is installed, it's like, is this going to be more work? To another thing to manage and maintain. It's like, well, if it's done right and the strategy is executed right, there's nothing you need to do, but just make sure you answer the phone. And if answering the phone turns out to be the bottleneck, then you solve for that. where you implement an AI receptionist to answer the phone for you, and then all you got to do is show up to the appointment that they set. So there's always that next step. Like if you give a mouse a cookie, right? He's going to need some milk, and then he's going to need a napkin, and then he's going to need crayons because he wants to color a picture, and then he's going to want to take a nap, and then he's going to want another cookie, and the cycle repeats itself. Okay, and so there's no reason to be hesitant and
Yeah,
exposing the problems and causing more problems for business owners, because the more problems that you cause for business owners, the more money you can make. Because the more money, the more problems you solve, the more money you make. Now, there has to be an ROI on the problem that you solve. Keep that in mind. But there is no reason for a business owner to be scared of your proposal, of them having to do more work, because it's your job to make sure that they don't have to do any work.
that's true. And you show them the gap, and then you explain to them, this is where you are, this is where you need to be, this is how you can get there, but this is how I can help you. What's up there, Smith Group 21? Mental marketer pitch perfect. Thanks for tuning in there. We are now streaming live on Instagram. In case you didn't know, that came in from the YouTube channel, on Facebook. Just happy that we could bring our weekly survival masterclass to more people. Someone said this, that we were like a weekly survival masterclass for the modern entrepreneur. Sometimes I feel like going through survival techniques.
I probably need to go through more. I need to do more. At least I feel like I need to do more. I probably don't. I'll tell you, this past couple weeks, I felt like I personally was hit by a bus, and the motivation has been waning a little bit, and yeah, I'm just gonna blame the cold and the gray, gloomy skies and lack of sunshine.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm not gonna mention what our weather is like here, but
Hey,
we
I
are.
got an opportunity to go down to Miami. I don't know if I'm gonna take it up or not. I got reinvited to the Vendasta partnership with Cardone to take place at the business summit, growth summit down there, one of his weekend 3-day events. I got +1 available
You didn't. When were you gonna tell me?
right now because I just got it.
When is it?
When is it?
When is it?
I'm looking.
Yeah. Oh man, because it's already March. Think about this. Last year at this same time, we had already gotten back from Funnel Hacking Live. So I think we were almost ready to go. It's almost been a year since we went out to Lehigh, Utah. So I think Miami, Florida would be a nice retreat. I am ready to.
It's April 10th through the 12th in
Okay.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
All right. And I believe that the Smith Group is just like me, the show that I watch every week. Always great to see you, Teresa. Always great to see you. Thanks for chiming in. We appreciate you. And awesome, awesome, awesome. April 10th through 12th. All right. All right. Let's put it
Yeah.
on the calendar. Oh, you know what? Nope. Okay. Nope. Shoot. You know what? I'm just wondering. We have a concert. I'm not sure the dates of it, but I have a concert in Houston that we've. Oh my gosh! Another friend's birthday was this weekend, and everybody's excited about it because we are all Yeah, we're all big New Edition fans. Yes, I am a New Edition fan.
Well, look, um,
Let me see when that concert is. Let me see when that concert is, because we got the tickets. We got the tickets when they went on sale, pre-sale, and we paid. Uh, yeah, we paid a couple $100, a couple $100 for these tickets, and they are now in the thousands. 4th, April the 4th.
see, there you go. Next week, following week,
April
April
the
10th, which is the what is it? The
April 10th is Friday. I need some yeah, I need an excuse. Send me the
yeah.
detail. Are you gonna
I,
go?
I mean, I got a free ticket for the Vendasta partnership, and they said they probably throw in another one. It's going to be a big old sales pitch to join their whatever. Um, Great networking event,
Where is it being held?
the Broward County Convention Center.
Okay. Is it close? Well, if it's Fort Lauderdale, that's a distance from Orlando. I've gone to Fort Lauderdale before, and I
You
think
would
it's
fly. You'd fly into Fort Lauderdale.
and I
There's
think it's a little distance from Orlando, because Orlando is still pretty a little bit south. I remember I went.
no, it's not.
It's not okay.
Orlando's north. Fort Lauderdale's near Miami.
Okay. Okay. I remember going there, and then I remember going to I think it must have been Miami, because I had a friend that lived in Miami at the time, and we went to a Miami Heat game, and I remember being on the highway for a little while. But all right, just let me know.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah, it'd be nice to take a nice little networking trip. Missing Funnel Hacking Live this year,
I
but
know. No Paul claims we got to figure out some place to go to do. Maybe if one of these two deals closed down that I got coming up, and I don't owe a bajillion dollars in taxes, I'll splurge and because it would just be airplane in a hotel. God, that's
yeah,
the biggest thing. I looked at hotels because of the event happening. Everything's all jacked up, of course. So
Fort
and it's probably
Lauder
spring break down there around that time too.
Fort Lauderdale is a big spot for timeshares, though. It's a big spot for timeshares. Mm.
There's not much around the like. There is a Hilton. You have a Hilton timeshare, right?
I've got access um, to like the exchange. So if there's another, uh,
There's a
family of timeshares in the area, then I could potentially get it for a super discounted rate. Um,
Hilton Fort Lauderdale's right down the road. But yeah,
yeah, I'll have to check that. Um, I'll have to check that so we can find some in-person meetups. I'm working with I'm working with someone on the hook right now that we are working on. I'm working on a couple fitness funnel that we're working on. We just need to put together their offer, and number one, we need to give them a launch date, and that's our next thing. I think not having a launch date is it's kind of prolonging the
mm,
uh the process, because it's not something definite. We're actually going to put a launch date, and we're going to make that date. It's not going to be something that we don't know. Okay, we're just trying to work on this. No, we need a definite date.
and
And
I can say that's the biggest thing when it comes to these builds. like, and these offers that need to put out there is like there has to be a set time frame, because if not, it's just going to drag on. And I can tell you that's one of the mistakes I made with this initial build that I sold, is that there's no set date. It's just like when it's done, and it's like you get into it, it's like, well, this needs fixed, this needs fixed, this needs fixed, and without that date, like you have nothing to work up against. Like, oh, I got to get it done, I got to get it done, I got to get it done. So gotta make one up yourself, man. Tell them, say, hey, it's gonna be done by this, and do it.
Yeah, we're putting it on paper. We did have a suggestion come in.
What's that?
We did have a suggestion. Let's see, what's the suggestion there?
What about ClickFunnels Connect? We would love to know about ClickFunnels Connect if anybody's hosting Connect. I've been on the site. I went on the site last week or the week before, and there was a couple still floating around. It was really big last year. A lot of people popped off and did one, but they're not cheap to host. And there's supposed to be one here local in Columbus, but we ended up losing our spot to kind of host it. And so I don't know if they've just it's just kind of simmered down. But
yeah. So what do you mean? So he's not at that apartment anymore?
Right. So and it's just kind of fallen apart since that move, and it hasn't been kind of reestablished back up. So I mean, I'd love to do one here in Urbana. We have a new co-working space that has opened up and available, and I've reached out to the owner. I was like, hey, can we partnership? Can we collab on something? I want to help out. I want to help local businesses out. I want a space where I can kind of come in and kind of hang out, and not pay an arm and a leg to do it for what it is. But they have yet to get back to me, so I got to keep pitching them.
Right. And I know Teresa. I think she is in the Texas area, and I think maybe a few hours. If you want to reach out to the other, I know she had set up an introduction, but we have not connected. We haven't connected to actually put something together. Definitely, thanks for reminding me on that, and kind of putting that idea back out there into into the top of our minds, because maybe we can really start to look at putting something together, because I have had some other people ask me about getting together, saying they want to come out to Texas. And yeah, but like you said, it is an undertaking, and it can get I think they allowed one of the Connect events to actually charge, but I can imagine the cost of that event if they weren't able to charge. The one in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I think they actually charge for that one, but I think there's particular rules, and before you're able to charge, it has to be approved. But then again, I think some of the I think maybe some of the catalyst behind pushing those events was none other than Danny Walsh.
Yeah, him, and I mean Russell was pretty pumped up on him too. He's kind of died down on it, and not really mentioning much about it. But there's somebody just has to step up and take the torch in the mantle and start promoting the Connect events within the group again. There are probably 20 plus ambassadors that are kind of doing their things with real no urgency to do that. Again, they're great, but hosting a live event is tough work. I mean, I try to host a virtual event every Thursday, and getting people to show up to the event after they sign up is mind-boggling. You sign up, you want to be part of it, but you never show up. It's like, why? So I can't imagine a live event.
Yeah, time, and
time's an excuse, just not a priority. Everybody has the same amount of time in a day. It's just the priority aspect of it. I don't. I hate when someone says, "I just don't have time." No, it's just not a priority.
Oh, okay. It's I don't have time to make it a priority.
Exactly. So it's not a priority.
Yeah, and then but just think about all the other things that have popped up since then. I think there was a big launch of Offer Lab, and
Mhm.
that's still in you didn't go to the recent meeting, but yeah, that there's still some kinks to work out over there too, even though I still have people signing up. People are still getting the word out there for it, and that group is growing. I get people signing up from videos that I created. I believe that's how they sign up, because I probably have a ton of links out there, but
Mhm.
I'll get visits to my bridge page, and then I'll get opt-ins, and then I'll get some people that will join my group. So maybe that will be a little bit, more, kind of moving towards there. But then again, um, there's also the recent funnel builder certification, and then I think that focus changes, and the focus on getting funnel builders in. And it's interesting because new people in Russell's world, man, you could be like this, your head would be like on a swivel, right?
Yeah, it's so many people are like crushing it. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, offline, and how angry it makes me to see not to like. I'm happy for their success. I'm frustrated on my end because I do it, and sometimes I just fall flat on my face. You know what I mean? And it's like this guy comes in here out of left field, nowhere, and lands a $20,000 client and doesn't know what to freaking do with it. It's like catches a fish and don't know how to reel it in. It's like,
See, I don't know about coming out of left field. I don't know about coming out of left field. I think
well,
I
you
think I
know,
think that person was in prime mover.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking in general. I'm just talking in general. It's like the luck of the newbie, right? You know, I saw it in the car business. I saw it in the insurance business. Um, it's simply because they don't know what they don't know, and it's a different aura that they put off when they're talking to somebody, right? Like because when you're selling something, it's the lizard brain, right? It's just on high alert for for your prospect. Is like, what's he trying to do? What's he trying to get from me? How much is it going to cost? What's it going to do this? When it's somebody new, it's like the walls are down. You know what I mean? Like people act different between when they interact with a seasoned salesperson versus a complete new salesperson. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I
I just,
I would really question, whether they came out of nowhere. I think there's some industries, and if you have sales skills, then you might be able to transfer those sales skills over. But
oh, without a
if,
doubt.
if you're if you're a complete newbie, I mean, look at some of the people, and some of the people are kind of frightened to death, just frightened to death. They're frightened to death to open up their phone. They were frightened to death to actually change their profile, um, and then actually reaching out to someone. Oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah. Heck,
reach,
I still hesitate doing that, and I've been in this for forever. So I get it. It's scary. I'd
yeah,
rather
reach.
somebody reach out to me or at least make the introduction first.
Mhm. So I think, at least when you look at that, is a skill, being able to actually reach out to someone and ask for the sale is a skill that you have learned. You may not have learned it in the funnel building world or web design world, but it's probably a skill that you have learned. Could have been, you know, yeah, I think we're selling all the time, really. We're kind of
Hmm.
selling all the time. If you're a recruiter, like a recruiter for jobs, you're selling. So sometimes those skills can just easily be transferred into another industry. And yeah, so funnel building is a great opportunity, though. Like we always say, there's a new business started every single day, and every business needs a funnel. Most businesses out there don't have funnels. Most businesses out there don't know what the power of a funnel could do for their business.
Hmm.
And we are the messengers that can show them at least the gap of what they have now to what they could be, and how to get them there just using a funnel. um, I always talk about how, we always talk about, well, what is a funnel? What's the difference between a funnel and a website? Funnel is, I'm sorry, a website is like, I think it's like one of those brochures that you come out to your car, and there it is underneath your front windshield. What do you do with those? You pick it up, look at it, and just throw it out. It doesn't tell you to do anything. It doesn't urge you to action. It just gives you information like a brochure. A
Hmm.
funnel actually works for you. A funnel works for you by giving them a solid direction, giving them a path and not only does it give them a path, but it's structured structurally so that person, it'll touch on their fear. It'll generate, and it will touch on their fear. What is their pain point? Fear. On the top, headline, fear. Then it will give you the logic. What's the logic behind your solution? And then what you will gain behind that. So funnels are structured so that it will convert. Websites are brochures that give you information. And not only do they actually just really structured psychologically in the flow, and that's something that I've really learned since I've been in this coaching and certification program, is that looking at these web pages is more than just what you see, but how it's also how a person feels and what they're going through when they go through that page. And funnels help you structure that page from the beginning to the end to maximize your conversions. That's the difference between a
Hmm.
website and a funnel.
100%. And I mean, they can be slightly interchanged, but I can tell you 95% of the sites that you go to today, they're just fancy brochures, and they are built not with an end goal in mind other than to um, tick a box on an owner's checklist, like does the company have a website. So with that, man, we're going to wrap it up. 9:02. Appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions about what a sales funnel is, don't hesitate to reach out, drop it in the comments below, or send us a message. And if you want to learn more about the challenge, I know in my video descriptions on Facebook and YouTube, my channel there's a link. Click it, check it out. I will disclose it as an affiliate link. I may earn a small commission should you purchase anything at no additional cost to you. That's it.
Absolutely. And before we leave, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. I hope all of our audience on Instagram is excited. Make sure to give us a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from. And over the next 4 weeks, we will have an exciting guest interview series. It'll be 4 guests over 4 weeks, highlighting their business success and how ClickFunnels and the community has been a part of that. Don't don't miss this exciting series that will be bringing to you We're going to bring on some guests over the next 4 weeks, and I think you'll be pretty excited with who we are bringing on. So stay tuned. Make sure to watch our social media to find out all the details. Like, subscribe, and make sure to comment. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing up, Teresa. Thanks for all the comments. Adarian, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next